went, how much it cost, how you can do it, and I'm here to tell it all. Hi guys, it's Ari here coming to you with another video. This time it's going to be about art and the different art markets that I've been to over the past few weeks. If you didn't already, I'm an artist, writer, and a preschool teacher. For art, I mostly do digital illustrations, textured art, paintings, yeah. So you guys have been asking a lot of questions, mostly through Instagram, so I'm here to spill all the tea. You guys have been asking how it went, how much it cost, how you can do it, and I'm here to tell it all. So I've had 6 art shows since, and I've learned a lot in the process. I have my questions here so I can stay on track right below me, so if I'm looking down a lot, that's why. Okay, so first question. How did I find a venue? Okay, so I follow a lot of artists, a lot of local artists. I'm from the Bay Area, and I follow a lot of them on Instagram. I'm always inspired by their artists. I love admiring art as well as making it. So they always post about their different venues, their events that they're doing, festivals, things like that, markets, Instagram of that event, and follow them. And then a bunch of other, you know, how on Instagram it says like people you may know. Well, usually other like art venues would pop up, and I would just follow them too. And usually in their bio they have a link to apply to be a vendor at one of their places. So that's basically how I did it, and then I just applied to be a vendor. Okay, next question. Number 2, what were the requirements? Okay, so I'm going to be looking down a lot because there's a lot of requirements and I just can't remember them all. You have to fill out the registration form. So when you first go in, you have to put in your name, your business name. Sometimes you have to have an EIN or LLC, very rare, and also insurance. All 4 of those are very rare that you have to bring. Okay, so the next question is, what did I bring? A whole lot. I will say, before I give the list of what I bring, I just want to warn you, if you're doing these events alone, I suggest bringing as little as possible when it comes to your setup and stuff like that, and even like tables, chairs. And you don't want to bring extra stuff just because it's going to be you bringing it. Same thing if you don't have a car and you're doing Ubers there like I was. You want to bring as minimal as possible. Okay, so for the list, I brought a 6-foot folding table. It's also great to bring a rolling bin to have all of your supplies in it for setup. Also to bring, like table covers. So for the outdoor events and markets, they usually require for you to bring a 10x10 canopy tent, but you do not have to bring one. It is up to you how you would like to set up your art. That being said, you can bring it for the sun or for the rain. It's great for when it's really hot weather and you want to be under some shade, but there's also areas where you can be under a tree too. As a person who's traveling by myself, I struggled with bringing a canopy tent just because it was so huge. Okay, so next question is, how did I prepare? So I did a test setup about a week before my first event. It's really great to stay organized and prepared for these events. You want to have a backup plan for your backup plan, because for my first event, my mom's car broke down in my driveway after I had packed everything inside of it, and I had basically a mental breakdown, and I got there 5 minutes before the time cutoff was, but I had to buy a $40 Uber to get there, so be prepared. Also, if you're an artist, do not do any last minute paintings. I made this mistake on my first art show. Never again, because if the paint is not fully dry, which it takes 24 to 48 hours to do, it's gonna smudge. It's gonna ruin the paintings. And I ruined my Penny Proud painting and my number 5 Kids Next Door painting because I did them last minute and I tried to pack them in and it did not work because everything going on. So I suggest having your paintings varnished, ready 48 hours at least ahead of time, but a week ahead of time is even better. Also, for another event that was indoors, the elevator was out, so I had to carry all my crap up the long stairs. So also just try to be prepared. Try to bring a dolly, try to bring something so that you're better prepared. Hi guys, I had to move out of the sun. It's getting real hot out here. I need to hurry up. So I'm going to talk about the obstacles a little bit that I faced. For my first art show, My mom's car broke down. Her battery died while we were loading all of my stuff into the car. As soon as we were about to take off, I was going to be on time and everything. But it broke down right before we were leaving, and I freaked out. Basically, I just was crying, asking God, why me? Like, why is this happening? Like, please just get me here. Like, just anything. But yeah, it was a lot. So that particular moment brought me back to childhood. I don't know if you've ever experienced trauma, but when something triggers a traumatic memory, it can be really, really detrimental. And I think that's why I had that mental breakdown, because for some people, your car breaking down is not a big deal, but for me it was at that time. This particular one took me back to when I was 9, and me and my mom and my brother were living in a car at the time. We were homeless, and we were on the freeway, and her car broke down. She had a lot of different buckets back then, so cars are breaking down a lot, but I guess this one left an imprint in me because it's affected me to this day. But it was raining, her car broke down, it had to be towed with all of our stuff in it, we lost everything, and it was a lot. It was traumatic. Anyway, so that triggered me, and I was crying on my stairs outside of my house, my apartment, and I was just like really upset, and I was trying to figure out what to do, but I couldn't really think because I was having such bad anxiety attack that there was no solution basically. And so sort of the thing that brought me back was remembering this verse. I haven't read the Bible in fully, and I won't pretend to be. I don't go to church as much as I should have, but somehow this verse spoke to me when I was at a very low point on those stairs, and it's Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to give you hope and a future. And all of a sudden it came to me, okay, I'm going to order an Uber. I'm going to get up from these steps. I'm going to make it. I just know I'm going to make it. So I ordered my Uber, got up from the stairs, went there, got there at 9:13, and the cutoff time was 9:15. So I got there like right on time. I think I had like an adrenaline rush as well once I got there, because any obstacles just like didn't stop me from what I wanted to do. Like, for example, there's no elevator. I dragged all my stuff up in there. There was a ton of people already there. I moved faster. Like, I just did everything I could to keep going, you know? Okay, so now I want to talk how much I made. Yes, I'm going to be talking about this. I know a lot of people don't. They think it's like taboo to talk about how much you make and things like that. I'm not ashamed of it. I think everything is a learning lesson. I don't take losses. I take lessons. So let's talk about it. And I don't get to keep anything. So let's talk about it. So I made 90 in cash, 58 on Venmo, 50 in Cash App, and 5 in Zelle. This is on my first art show, by the way. 5 in Zelle. And that's $203 total. This is how much I spent though. Okay, so $40 vendor fee, $80 in Uber fare, $384 for business and setup. Now this is spread out through all of my art shows. So I'm going to continue to use this setup throughout all my art shows. So don't consider that too much, but it is a factor in factoring how much you want to price your art, how much you're profiting basically. Negative $428 for my art, so that's like the actual art supplies. The business and setup is like the table, the chairs, the canopy, all the other shit. I'm sorry, I just realized I cussed. All that other stuff is what I meant, not all that other. Yeah. The negative $428 for my art supplies is like the canvases, the paint, my modeling paste, all that kind of stuff, my brushes. So in total, negative $729 is how much I profited or lost, basically, from my first art show. Okay, the devil works hard, but the sun is working harder. It's starting to burn up out here, y'all, so I need to hurry up. So honorable mentions, I want to talk about my best sellers sticker sheet, type of sticker sheet, and they all sold out. Like, at all these art shows, they've been like selling like crazy at every art show they sell. Also my poems and like positive words, I'll insert them here. They were selling a lot as well. These are also my cheaper items. They're like $5 items. So yeah, that's also a factor. The little ones sell a little bit more than expensive ones. Most popular was my positivity, the pun positivity. I'll link it here, insert it here somewhere. So So for most popular, also the oceans were really popular. I would talk about how I use sand from the beach inside of them and salt inside of them, and people just loved like the little things that I put into my art. So I guess that one they really loved, but it wasn't really a good seller. I only sold one of them so far, so I don't know. Same thing with Positivity too, though. And then Book of Light, people really love my book, and I'm just like so grateful. Like everybody that stopped by was like, oh my god, like you published a book, like oh my god, what is it about? And then now I told them that it's like a self-help journal. It's like interactive. It's not like your typical book, basically. And it talks about everything like trauma, stress, boundaries, manifesting, positivity, all of that. So yeah, they were loving it. Yeah, I was very grateful. I was giving out a lot of links. I'm upset that I didn't bring copies of my book. I just couldn't afford it at the time, and I could only afford one copy, and they would have to order it online. Most people want to buy it on the spot, not order it online and have it shipped to them, so that's a note as well. I want to say thank you to everyone. I'm very thankful for my friends and family who came out to support me, who donated to help me with supplies when I first got started, just things like that. I'm so thankful. People who sent me encouraging words, who messaged me on Instagram and said congratulations or anything. Honestly, I'm just so grateful for it all. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate every single one of you. I will link everything of my setup for you guys, but if you want to know more about like how I did like my spreadsheets and my like signs and my inventory and things like that, like the underground, just let me know and I can make another video about that kind of stuff. I don't gatekeep anything, so I have no problem. You can message me about it also, or any of that kind of stuff, and I will tell you all of it. That goes for art, writing, publishing my book. It goes for my preschool teaching, how I became that. I can also do videos on that if you guys want to. Just let me know. So with love and light, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned from it or took something from it. I don't know. I'm just so grateful to everyone who's watching or stuck with me this long, because I've been talking for a minute now, and who's been watching. I'm just so grateful to you all. I hope you all have a beautiful day. It's really hot out here, so I gotta go inside, but thank you so much.